Hello guys, I'm Paris the Options Guy and welcome back to today's video. And if you see markets seeing a sell-off, as I said yesterday, that if the markets have to go down, they will go down very fast from here. And if you see mostly for the whole day, markets just continue to move down. There was a bit of consolidation slash pullback over here, but after that, if you see markets just continue to move down without any sort of stopping, right? And if you see exactly below 50,400 was where when the market started sustaining was where the market started to lose its strength, right? And if you see in the 5 minute chart, definitely as I said that wait for negative price action. If you see the first time market went below 5400, could not sustain below it, went back up, made a green candle, but the second time it went, it made negative price action. If you see a lower low formation being formed, or you can even take this sort of, you can say a lower low formation being formed, right? um, Something like this, right? You can even take this sort of a lower low formation, or you can take these green candles as a lower low formation, right? And if you see markets then moving down pretty quickly from there. So I hope you guys would have captured this trade. I hope you guys would have made a good sort of profit in this in today's fall, but that is all right if you did not, because my markets might be ready for another fall tomorrow. Now there are a few things that you need to keep in mind before we can expect a fall in the market, mainly the US markets, because if you see Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P 500, all of these indices are up on good data that has come, good economic data. The PPI data came out good, the producers price index. Okay, so I'm not going to go into the details of what exactly that PPI and all that stuff is, because that is not relevant to us. What is relevant to us is where the market is going to open tomorrow, first of all, and then how the market is going to move. So now the major level that you need to watch out for is 50,100. If markets go above 50,100 and sustain above it, then markets will again go in this range of 50,000, you can say 800 to 50 49,800. Okay, and then we'll again play for this range itself, right? But if the markets open flat or with a little bit of gap up, that will be the best thing. If you open with a little bit of a gap up, maybe 100 points, that's it. 100 points or 150 points, that will be the best thing. And then any sort of negative price action that we see at higher levels, maybe markets go up a little bit and then start to make negative price action, that is lower lows over here, then we can go ahead and take a short trade. So something like this, if the markets make, then we can again go ahead and take a short trade, because then this will just be a pullback and then the markets can continue to move on the downside. However, one thing to keep in mind too is that if the markets have to move down, they will need to break this low very fast, because a lot of times what happens, I'll show you guys in the previous days of what exactly happens, is that markets might give a very big reversal after making a very big red candle, like over here, or even over here. If you see markets went down, gave a reversal, came back up, right? Something like this over here, markets went down for one day, gave a reversal on the upside, right? Then went down another day, then again gave a reversal. And one thing that you'll see every time is that markets cannot defend their lows. Markets will see very strong buying coming from lower levels. So that is the only thing that you need to keep in mind tomorrow also, is that market should break this low that they've made today and continue to move down, right? So that is the thing that you need to keep in mind. Now for tomorrow, the major zone will be, or the major level that you need to watch out for will be 50,100. Okay, this area of 50,100 to 50,000, you can say, will be the area where you can think about taking a short trade again in the market, and this will be the area which will be very good for a pullback, and then you can go ahead and take a long position or take a short position in the market from over here. If we open with a gap up above this area, let's say 50,000, 150, 200, all these levels, then chances are market will most probably stay in this range tomorrow and not move down. Because when we open with a very big gap up, right, what happens is that anybody who has sold, right, anybody who has made short positions in this final down move will get trapped, right? And so they will want to exit their positions if the market opens with a very big gap up. And so any sort of a fall that you will get will actually be used for short covering, and market will then stay in a range, because then people will also try to take new short positions from higher levels, thinking that this trend that has gone, now we have an entry chance to take an entry from higher levels today. Okay, so these are the things that you need to keep in mind. We should not open the very big gap up. Okay, If we open with a small gap up and then go up, that is fine. Okay, but a very big gap up is not what we want. Okay, so 50,100 is the main area. Chances are that if the market has to move down, it will move down very fast, right? Like today itself, if you see, markets move down very fast after opening with a gap down. But one thing which is sort of, you can say, that you need to keep in mind is that HDFC Bank was the standout person, or you can say stock, which took the market down. Why? Because there was a bad news in HDFC Bank, and I thought it was actually a good news. But yes, I was wrong in that matter, and I posted it on Instagram that this might be a good news in the morning before the market opened. But yes, I was wrong in that matter. But still, HDFC Bank opened with a very big gap down. So I think it would have been evident that this is not a good news. Okay. So HDFC Bank was one of those, you can say, stocks today that took the whole market down, because if you see, Reliance was also pretty flat today, right? Reliance didn't see any sort of big selling. TCS, Infosys didn't really see. What majorly happened is that HDFC Bank was the one, and Kotak Bank sort of not really. Kotak Bank and SBI over here were the ones who took the market down, right? So because of that, the thing is that mostly bank nifty moved down and not so much nifty. Bank nifty is down 1.4%, nifty is just down 0.8%. So what we need to see is that does this selling continue tomorrow itself, because most probably the selling should continue tomorrow, and the market should again close in good red, right? Basically, market should again close very negatively like they've done today at the day low levels, right? So that is the thing that you need to keep in mind. For Nifty, again, this is the zone that you need to keep in mind: 24,300 to 24,340. Or if I could, if I'll just go ahead and shrink this zone of 300 to 330. Okay, this zone will be the zone that again will act as a resistance if the market moves up. But that is a zone that is up, that is pretty far, right? Basically 200 points away. So the important zone that comes before that is going to be this. I'll draw it for you guys. Yes, this zone over here, 24,250 to 240. Okay, if the market comes near this zone and you see negative price action, any good rejection that you see in the market, you can again go ahead and take a short position from this area with a target of, first of all, today's low itself, because there is a good sort of support, you can say, that Nifty has taken near 24,120. Not a very good support, but sort of a support. So you can think about booking over here, and then after that, you can keep a target of 24,000 on the downside itself. Book a little bit before 24,000. As I said, don't wait for exact round number to come whenever you're keeping targets of round numbers. So then 24,000 will be the level that will act as a support for you. Okay, so major level above this, if Nifty goes, what I would suggest is don't go long, completely long. If you want to go long, then this is the area that needs to be crossed, after which we can go long. Okay, but yes, before that, if we cross this, then chances are Nifty might even struggle to go down for that day, and most probably we might see a volatile to sort of a consolidating session, because you have to understand that there are other things into play also, which is that tomorrow we have the CPI data, US CPI data, consumer price index data, or the inflation data as we know it. And this inflation data is very important due to certain reasons, like the September Fed interest rate meeting, right, or interest rate decision that needs to come. And so a lot of people, what they might want to do is actually square off their short positions, right? Because when some big news is coming, what people like to do is not take very aggressive positions. Now, as of now, if you see, pros have a very good position, very good short position. But if you see, most of their short positions, out of these 5,88,000 shorts, 5,35,000 are in index call shorts, right? That means whenever they are taking some sort of a short position or a bearish position in calls or puts, right, that is not like a completely bearish position. If they want to make a very aggressive position, then they will actually make short positions in futures, but they've made short positions in calls and a little bit in puts. In puts also, if you see, it's not very big, right? Just 70,000 put long, which is not that big. So most majorly the position that is present the bearish position of pros is in call shots, so they can exit these positions also pretty fast. Now I'm not saying that they will exit these positions instantly tomorrow as the market opens. Maybe that might happen, maybe that might not happen, but generally what happens is that they will take the market down first and then they will exit at lower levels, because of which we will see buying coming in from lower levels. So tomorrow, if you see very very good buying coming from lower levels, something like this, right? Or again, maybe a sort of a v-shaped recovery, tomorrow we open flat, go down till 49 400 500, then go back up, then um then chances are that maybe market might make a bottom and continue to move, but we will not speculate too far into the future. We will rather react to what exactly happens in the market as the price action unveils itself. Okay, so that is for bank nifty. Actually we were talking about nifty. Yes, if we open with a gap down, which I didn't talk about in bank nifty's case also, which I'll talk about right now, is that if we open with a gap down, let's say somewhere near 24,050, 24,060 or 40, all these levels, then we will wait for one pullback in the market, which will take us till 24,100. 24,100 to 140 in this 100 point range, in this 40 point range, wherever you see market is starting to take rejection, you guys can go ahead and take a short position. However, what might happen in the market, because if a real selling, if this is really a selling, sometimes market does not even goes up a little bit, right? Market just continues to move down after opening with a gap down. So what we need is a sort of a you can say a bullish trap, right? If you see, if market opens with a gap down, tries to move, makes a higher high, and then comes and breaks this low, then you guys can go ahead and take a short position over here also, because a lot of people will enter after looking at this higher high that has been made in the market. A lot of people will start buying, right? And these people will get trapped as soon as the market starts to move down, and that is where you guys can go ahead and take a short position in the market over here also. If we do not see a very if you do not see markets filling their gap after opening with a gap down. And same thing with bank nifty also. If you open, let's say somewhere near 49 600 500, all these levels, we'll wait for one pullback in the market till this zone that has been made over here. If the markets do not come back till this zone, then one thing is that keep your quantity a little less, both in nifty and bank nifty. But as I said, that wait for any sort of trap that can be made for buyers and then go ahead and take a bullish trade. But also keep in mind, or also look at how the US markets are closing today. If they are closing in very strong, and if you open with a very good gap up, as I said, near 5100 above that level, and in nifty above 24,250, then it is better to not trade tomorrow, rather wait for it, because on Thursday we have a holiday. Maybe we might see a volatile session also tomorrow, because some people might be making big changes to their position. Okay, so it is okay to wait for tomorrow, and then maybe we might get a trend either on the upside. Maybe markets make a low over here, go back up from here, start to go up very fast, right? But that is something that we'll discuss in the coming sessions as we see what happens in the market, right? So yeah guys, that was it for today, and thank you very much for watching till the end. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.